Hey, what's up, my YouTube fam? I am back and better than before. I know a lot of y'all been saying, where have I been? What is going on? And I see that my subscribers are steady growing. It's a lot of changes that be going on, and I'm gonna talk to you about that. We're also gonna be talking about how do I improve my credit score, and we're gonna break down what are the main objectives that you need to do? How do you look at your credit report? What do you look at when you're looking at your credit report? How do I improve it? What kind of information? What is the good information that's out there and the bad information that's out there? Everybody that know me know I keep it real on this channel. A lot of people talk to me. A lot of people call me because I give free credit analysis. I break stuff down in layman's terms so you could understand. Not complicated, not trick you in it, not throw some gimmick out there that doesn't give you the results that you want, you desire, right? So that's what it's all about. We're gonna talk about where I've been, what's been going on with my life. We're gonna get into the video. There's definitely going to be way more videos because there's some changes in my life that I'm going to be talking to you about that's going to allow me to be able to be more consistent with videos, bring you more, bring some guests on of things that I've done that helped me move my life in a trajectory up the scale for complete financial freedom. So I'm going to start bringing a lot of different people on here. People that's going to be talking about, things that I've done. People that's going to be talking about finances. People that's going to be talking about insurance. People that talk about how do I grow my wealth? How do I generate to my generation the generational wealth? What should I be doing? And we're going to be bringing way more content to this channel, right? But everything starts with our credit. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if you hear a video where they're trying to say you can have all this money, you don't have to have good personal credit. All that stuff, at some point a creditor is going to want to look at your personal credit. Nobody's going to give you $100, $200, $300, $400,000 without looking at your personal credit. No, they may not put it on your credit report, but they will take a snapshot of how are you handling your personal finance before I give you this money to grow your business or do what you need to do to further, increase your financial freedom. And we're going to get into all of that today. But first, let's talk about me. Where have I been? Why have I not been putting out videos? For me, once I got into this space of creating and improving my credit, there's a very old video on what got me into this. For a brief snapshot, what got me into this is, I've always made really good money. My wife is a nurse, makes really good money, but we realized when my job transferred me out to California trying to get a house, we realized, man, we make all this money and we're renting. Why are we renting? Why are we not investing money back in us? Why are we not handling our finances in a way to help grow our wealth? We tried to apply for a house. My wife's credit score was in the high 400s. We couldn't get finance for a house. So I said, don't worry about it, babe. I got you. And that's when, yes, I started looking at people on YouTube. I started listening to people. But I'm a person that I want to see it in facts, not hear it, because sometimes, definitely on these social media sites, it's about grabbing your attention. And it's not always about giving you the truth. It's more about grabbing your attention to get you to view what I have to say. The more viewership, the more that, the social media sites can bring you to their site, then they're willing to pay you for that. Right. But we can do all of that. We can still bring more viewerships and give you the correct information. So as I got through that, I really started quit listening and started going out, reading, talking to people that experienced it And what I mean by that, mean talking to consumer lawyers, looking and reading the manuals, asking questions about what does this mean, not what I think it means, but what does it mean by what they're saying? Because a lot of stuff is written. We don't want to. A lot of people don't understand it, but it's legal and it's written in a kind of a legal format. Now these people make millions of dollars. They're just not going to put things in there that seem like, oh, you could just manipulate it so easy. Yes, there are ways that we could, we can beat the system and we can beat them at their own game. But at the same time, we got to understand exactly what they mean. So I got into really just reading. My wife's score went from the high 400s to a 720 in 15 months. She had zero amount of credit and went in those 15 months to about $40,000 in credit, right? So it was a lot of things we do. And I'm going to go over this. I'm going to go over what a single person should do when trying to prove and what like a married couple should do when they're running through. We're going to have classes on all that stuff, cheat codes, things you can do to speed up that process. So we're going to cover so many things. But once I got into that, I started really understanding not just about credit, but how do I start investing in myself, and how is credit going to help me invest in myself? There was a lot of mindset processes I changed. I realized that every month, like I wasn't investing in me, right? I wasn't taking money out of my checks and investing in me, right? I was making sure I paid all my bills. All the bills was paid. All the food paid. Card notes paid. Everything is paid. And then I put me last. The first thing I want to tell all of y'all, the mindset has to change. We have to change our mindset to grow and to grow financially and understand this financial system that we deal with in America every day. For a lot of people, because we're not taught finances. I always say, I tell the young people every day when I'm talking to them, the main information, if somebody would have gave me this information when I was young, and as parents, you're gaining this information, you can change your kids' life by teaching them and getting them to understand what credit is all about and how to invest at a young age. I show people all the time, young people, how much money they would have if they invest a small amount. You're 20 years old. Retirement age is 65. If you invested, you had an initial investment of this, you invested and you invest this amount of money every month. On over the 40 years, your average interest rate was 10%. You would have over $1 million. I'm talking about people investing $50 to $75 a week. Well, just say $50, $200 a month, and have over $1 million time retirement age. These are your young kids, and showing them as point, and they can invest more and more and more. That million can turn into 5 million. But we're not teaching our kids. We're not understanding. So in this journey, I realized that. So my life changed drastically. So back to what happened with 720. We end up buying a house. We had a house built, pool put in the backyard. Our finances were changing. We're realizing that, yeah, we're making a little bit more money, but our bank account says things much differently. We're looking at our accounts and be like, damn, we're carrying way much more money in our account, right? We lived in that house. We lived in that house for a short period of time, like I think 19 months. Sold the house, made a nice chunk of money on that house, thinking like 200 and something $1,000 on that house. And I'm like, this is changing our credit, opened up this opportunity, right? And then from that opportunity, we realized, and we ended up moving back to Texas. There was an opportunity for us to move back. We moved back. So where am I at today? So today, I can show you my folder. I probably have over $120,000 in personal credit. I have business credit, and on top, and what happened on top of that was that now I was like, okay, oh, let me back up a little bit. I start investing in the stock market. I start really researching investing in the stock market. Then I turned around and went from $100 to 25,000 in 6 months, and I'm like, wow. Because I'm investing, doing my research, understanding how to invest, understanding money, be consistent in what I do. And what I said when I was trying to say is I start putting me and my family first. When I get paid, I'm the first person I pay. I don't pay nobody else. I don't wait till I pay all my bills and say what's left over. I pay. I'm not saying don't pay your bills, but you should take a portion of that money. First thing you need to do should be in some type of investment. I don't care what it is. Just get you started with your mindset, an IRA, IUL insurance plan. We're going to talk more about that in these videos. Invest in a good stock market, a good company. Invest if you have a job and investing in your 401, maxing out your 401, whatever the company do, whatever they match, 6%, 5%, 7%, putting that money in there because the long-term happiness and your financial status would be, wow, I got it. Because in this market with money, when you're looking at these banks, you got banks failing. You got so much going on. Interest rates are jumping up high. Your cars are more expensive. Houses are more expensive. What they're telling you is your credit is going to be the determination of where you sit at financially in this country. And if you don't take it seriously, and that's what I'm here for, if you don't understand it, you will be left behind. And your kids will be left behind. So that's what that. So where I'm at now. So now I realize, I said, okay, I'm building my wealth. I'm making good decisions. Okay, how do I continue to grow? How do I continue to get independent? So I met a really great lady that said, hey, are you looking for entrepreneurship? I'm like, yes, I am ready for entrepreneurship. So at this point, I purchased a franchise. That hopefully will be open on October the 15th. So I've already put in my notice for my job. And I'm so excited about this new adventure. And I'm going to bring you these people that helped me along the line. And people are going to say, it doesn't even cost that much. And my credit set the foundation for me to go out and get real funding. Not some of these people don't want to do 0% interest on credit cards. You got to make payments on them every month, interest free. You have to have them paid off by the end of that cycle. The interest, whatever's left on there, the interest is going to hit you in the head and your payments are going to skyrocket. So how do I get funding? They're great funding. I'm not saying don't do it. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, but you want long-term funding to get large amounts of money to help you invest in your company and be able to grow and be more financially independent. So that's why I haven't really been doing. I've really been focusing on how do I continue to grow and how can I go out and educate other people, right? How do I can go out and give true value to other people to say, man, I really appreciate you bringing true value. And where I was at when I started with you and where I'm at now, man, I appreciate. That's where I'm at. That's what I want to do. Not just help me and just say, oh, yeah, I'm good, but I want to reach out and help all of you. So I'm focused. I'm back, starting to get my little business cards. So the company that I do is Mr. Appliance. It is a home appliance repair company. I bought a large territory. That is my territory to service, right? So I am so excited. My career being an operational manager has brought me this because I've dealt with P&Ls. I've opened up facilities from the ground up, large, 150,000 square foot warehouses. I've worked in large distribution centers like HD Supply. I've done a lot of that stuff. I've managed, lead, teach, coordinate, coached people, and it's just at a point where I'm ready to take on and continue to take all that experience to other people and really touch other people in my people that I hire, be able to show them, hey, are you taking care of your credit? Are you financially, or do you have a house? Can you buy a house? How could I help reach them and touch them so they maybe one day can go out and purchase their own company because I helped them, right? Because it's enough out here for all of us. It's no need for me to be stingy. It's for me to educate, and that's what I want to do. So I'm serious about that. I'm passionate. This channel is not gonna be doing a bunch of gimmicks. I'm not gonna be trying to tell you. I get negative feedback from people that tell I don't know about credit, but hey, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, I could tell you the truth. You ain't gotta listen to me. You can go listen to somebody that tells you something because it sounds really cool and really easy, but they don't give you actual facts on it. They don't really show it. They just tell you and they manipulate it. And some of these people are getting exposed. And I don't want to call no names because that's not what I'm here for. But they're getting exposed for passing out bad information. There are now more people getting on social media questioning these people on the information they get. Is it true or not true? And they're getting exposed because they're passing out bad information because they don't know the legal side of what those words mean in the letter, because they're not a lawyer, right? They're not. All we can do is read and give you the information. If I don't know something and I can't prove it, I'm not going to tell you. And I'm going to tell you, reach out, talk to somebody, so that is the most important thing. So I know I've been giving you, but I wanted to give you kind of what is going on with me. What is my direction with this channel? So this channel is definitely going to grow. I've already talked to people. We're going to be doing some videos to bring y'all some real information on growth. And people that I talk to will tell you that I'm going to bring it to you 100% all the time. So let's get into the credit thing. There's a lot of people out there realizing, man, my credit is not, when I'm really realizing that I need to get started on fixing my credit, right? I never really was taught how important credit was. I've talked to people that say, you know what, I've lived I thought cash was king. So everything I did was cash. So I don't have a good credit report or a built up credit report. Or I have some people that call and say, I've made some poor decisions when I was young. I never addressed those issues. Now I'm seeing how important my credit is. So I need to improve my credit. Right? There's some people that say, hey, I got a couple things on my credit report. I want to open a business. I want to get some business funding. I need it, but I see these couple things on my credit report are holding me back. There are different scenarios on why people want to do and how they want to get started in this. And so the first thing I tell you, if you want to get on credit, you have to change your mindset. One of the most powerful things that you need to realize, you're at a point of sacrifice. There are things that you need to sacrifice so you can make the right decisions to move forward. Sometimes we have to take 2 or 3 steps back before we can take 4 or 5 steps forward. And some people are not willing to take those steps back. And they come in a lot of different forms, right? I'm not going to pay this person. I'm mad at this person. That may be the 2 steps you need to take back before you can take those 3 steps forward. Hey, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. Well, such and such said to do this. Sometimes you got to listen. Sometimes you got to learn. Sometimes you got to read and do your own research. Take those steps back, because you could take those steps. You can take those 5 or 6 steps forward. I've learned that, right? So a lot of times we have to change our mindset. First thing, we got to realize what our situation is. We got to realize that our situation needs to fix. And we also have to say, I have to do what I got to do to get my stuff where it needs to be so I can move forward. I don't have 2 years to wait for something to fall off my credit report. I don't have 9 months to wait for something to fall off my credit report. I need to address it to now and day. 9 months from now, you don't know what your situation is. You don't know if you're going to need some funding or if you're going to need credit within that time span. Quit waiting for something to happen. Be a now person, not a later person, a person that procrastinates. Be a now person. Because for me, I'm a now person because I don't have time to be waiting. I'm going to do what I got to do to get where I got to get so I can do the things I want to do when I want to do them. And that's what's important. And that's what I'm trying to preach to y'all. Because today is Sunday. Sunday, I think the day is the 16th. I think that's today's day. Oh no, today is the 17th. I'm sorry, Sunday the 17th, right? So today I want you to realize it is a now time. So to get started, you have to understand your situation. Pull your credit report. You don't have to pay money to pull a credit report. Go to annualcreditreport.com. Pull all three of them for free. If you don't know how to read a credit report, look, email me. I'll put the email up here. I give free credit analysis. Listen, I give free credit analysis. If you want me to help you with your credit, then I'll help you. Am I expensive? No, I'm not going to be charging you $1,000, $800. I don't even charge you monthly because I don't do that. My job is to help you. I do the things I need to do to take care of me. You're not taking care of me. It's my job to take care of you. Do I charge you something? Yes, because it takes up my time. My time is important. But I know that you're at a point in your life where you need help. And a lot of that money that you need, that you paying people extraordinary amount of money, you can't even use that money to improve your own self. Think about that. So for me, the power is giving. The Lord would take care of me because I've given to you, right? So the first thing, think you have to react today, now. Change your mindset. I need to do what I need to do to improve my credit score. Pull your credit report. If you don't know how to read a credit report, get somebody that you trust that's going to be honest with you and say, not somebody that's just going to tell you everything you need to hear. I promise you, anybody that talk to me, I tell them, that's not going to come off your credit report. It's reporting accurately. What people don't understand and what people are not telling you is the credit bureaus look at your credit report is it reporting accurate or inaccurate? Is it complete or incomplete? Those are the things that the credit bureaus look at, right? If it's accurate, yes, that's the amount I owe. Yes, that's the date this account was open. Yes, this was the last payment I made on this account. Yes, the payment history is complete. Yes, that's what they want to look at. And when that's on there, the chances of you getting deleted is not. People can tell you, I can get that deleted, but look at your credit report and be honest with it. There's still ways that you can improve your credit. You got to understand the difference between something negative that affects your score and something negative that has no effect on your score, but it is a key indicator to a creditor that this has happened in the history of your credit report. Those is all that. Now I'm spitting it to you real. You ain't got to listen. You can click off, don't want to listen because I ain't telling you the stuff you want to hear, but I'm telling you the foundation to getting moving forward to building a solid and strong credit report. Change your mindset. So that's the first thing. The next thing is, what are the most important things I should do? First thing you should do, again, pull your credit report. Annual credit report got down, you pull all three. Look at the information. Look at your name spelled right. Look if your addresses are correct. And we're going to go over all these strategies in different videos. Look at the accounts. Are the accounts accurate and complete? Meaning, is all the information on there accurate and complete? Is the payment history accurate, and complete. With charge-offs, a lot of times there's a lot of incomplete information because the creditor gets lazy on the reporting of these accounts because they're having a hard time collecting. That is your advantage. But there is something that you still need to do, and we'll talk about that in some future videos. What you should do with charge-offs, how you should approach it, how you should handle it, and what steps you need to take. The things after that, some of the other most things, understand how FICO works. Understand the difference between the three: FICO 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 10T. Understand those FICO scores. Understand what's the difference between a Vantage score and a FICO score. Quit looking at your Vantage score to think because it says a 700 that you're going to get approved for something, and then you work and apply for something, you get denied because you don't understand your FICO. You don't understand there's a FICO score for credit cards. There's a FICO score for auto loans. There's a FICO score, a FICO 8. It's all the FICO scores put together. What creditors, what FICO score they pull from. Look at that FICO score. Is it reporting? Look at all that stuff. There are different strategies, freezing one credit report, so they have to pull from them. They're all the type, but understand what you're applying for, what credit bureau they pull from. Look at all that different stuff when they say, what are the most important things you do? Those are the most important. Understanding what you are doing. The next thing, how do I separate good information from bad information? First of all, you have to do a little research. Don't put all your ducks in the bucket because somebody told you something on social media. Go and verify. When I was in college, my professor used to say, hey, you don't have to believe everything I tell you. Go do your research. You become more knowledgeable. You become smarter. Do your research. I'm not saying don't listen to somebody, but go and do your research, right? I break it down to all my clients. I break it down. They may say, well, why do you think that way? Just listen. And I want you to take time to listen. When I talk to them with charge-offs, sometimes, I tell a client, yes, this information is inaccurate, right? But the creditor still is in control of this account. So you disputed on this account 4 times the inaccurate, and it still hasn't come off. Think about it. What they're telling you is they care less that account is inaccurate. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to take them to court? But sometimes I tell clients, do you want to step in a courtroom with the original creditor about your credit report not reporting accurate, but you still owe $3,000, $4,000, $5,000? What state do you live in? Are they going to try to countersue you? Does your state allow garnishments? Well, do you want to step into that environment? There's a lot of different things people are not talking about when they tell you this stuff about doing certain things. See, I bring all the light to you so you can make an honest and a clear decision, not to trick you. And then next thing, I'm not the person that if a lot of y'all deal with people, y'all get them, you can't reach them no more. They don't want to talk to you no more. They good. I don't operate like that. I got a phone. I tell people you got my number. You could text me. I may not answer that day because I got so much going on. But believe me, I go through my texts, I go through my emails, and then I respond. Right? So understand, do your research. Go look. Don't believe what everybody tells you. And then you indulge and throw all your money at it and don't get no results. Like I tell my people the truth. Before they pay anything to me, they're going to know the truth in it, what they're walking into. The last thing I want to talk about, the most important things to understand about credit. Your credit report is worth $100,000. That is what it's worth. Tell all my clients that, because that's how much money you can, an average, get if your credit report is on point. What could you do with $100,000? Could you start a business? Could you buy some investment property? What could you do if your credit report put $100,000 in your pocket? That's how you have to look at your credit. Quit looking at it as, yeah, it's going to help me get a $5,000 credit card or a $10,000 credit card, or it's going to help me buy a car, right? Because all that is just debt. It's not putting money into your pocket unless you're buying a vehicle for your business, right? So understand the most important thing about credit is that it will allow you to grow your wealth. It will give you access to money. If you have access to money, you have the ability to grow your wealth. Remember, you can need access to money that is not your money. Somebody's giving you that money. So now if you go out and put together a great business plan, open up a great company and create the money to pay that, you use their money to grow your own wealth. And I sometimes I get down on myself because I learned this late in life. If I'd have learned this, somebody taught me this stuff earlier in life, man, I probably would have been stopped working a long time ago in my early 30s. But man, I'm just telling you. So I just wanted to come because there are going to be other videos. I'm going to start going from step one on what you need to do. And I'm going to start being way more consistent because you know why? I'm going to have the time now to do it every single day, to get on, shoot some good information, talk about how to build, what are the building credit methods, what kind of creditors out there that you can help build your credit, things that you can do to help, build your credit. Come up with a plan. If your plan is only, I just want to have a 750, do that. But I'm going to teach y'all a lot about, don't let that score fool you. Don't let people tell you need this specific score to get this. I could prove them wrong. Absolutely prove them wrong. It is your credit profile that brings it to you. The credit score is just an introduction. It's like when you go talk to, hey, my name is John Doe. It's just an introduction. But when you start talking to John Doe, you're going to realize, do you want to continue to talk to him or I don't want to fool with him? That's how that credit score, that is a clear analysis. It is just an introduction. But when they start digging into your credit, that's going to tell them who they're really talking to. So I know this probably was kind of a longer video, maybe more of a preaching ceremony. It was Sunday, but I need to get all of my subscribers to understand I'm here for you. Listen, if you want a free credit analysis, you don't cost you nothing. I will go through and give you a free credit analysis. If you want to get on my master dispute packet, yes, you can purchase my master dispute packet. But when you purchase my master dispute packet, I don't disappear. You have access to my email, my personal phone number. You can text, you can leave a message, you can ask me questions, all of that. I haven't left you. Anybody that has purchased that packet has my number. If they have a question, they can always call me. Right? They can always reach out to me. Now, my number has been the same. I live in Texas, still have a California number. Hasn't changed it. Right? So, and then if you just shoot me an email because you have a question, my email, I'm putting my email up. You got my email, right? So all this, I am here to help because Larry is taking care of Larry. Larry's going to do the things. This, what I'm presenting to you has nothing to do with what I'm trying to do for me. It is all about you. You can believe it, not believe it. But that's what it's all about. But I appreciate y'all if y'all stayed through the whole video. Hopefully it motivated y'all to understand that I am here for y'all. And hopefully it motivated y'all to say, hey, this dude is real. You're going to keep it real with you. And that's the type of guy I'm looking for, who I can trust. I'm not going to trick you. You know what I mean? Because the Father above, I don't want him tricking me. So I'm not going to trick y'all. So that's just how I keep it. I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all every single day. But hey, I appreciate y'all. Please like, subscribe, share to this channel. I'm going to continue to bring you good information, this channel, because now I'm going to have the time. It's going to expand to a wider variety of information to y'all and what I could do to help you. So, but anyway, I better cut this short because I know some of y'all talking about you talking too much, Larry. But hey, I appreciate y'all. Please like, subscribe, share the channel. And if you have any questions, email me. Once you email me, You have my phone number, because once you email me, I don't keep going back, don't give you my number. That first email, I'm going to give you my number. And if you want to have a conversation with me, I promise you there's people I've sat on the phone with them an hour just going through and not charging them a single cent, 1 cent, because that's what it's all about. We got to help each other and don't always have to put a price tag on help. So but anyway, if any of y'all have any questions, anything, please reach out to me. I got you. And I'm out.